Alright guys, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again, and today we have a viewer request question, or I guess a viewer request video that someone asked, and it was pretty much to explain, where I got all my gear, why I'm using my gear, how to obtain the gear, and comparing it to, I guess, gear of its value, I guess you could say, or of its tier. So, first off, I'd like to state where all of the gear on the left side right now, aside from my pants, is all obtainable from Auroria, which is the North Continent, where pretty much everything on here is level 50. So that's the main thing to note. So let's, and then the right side is pretty much all mix and match. So, let's start off. Here we go. Let's start with the helmet. The helmet is one of the most important pieces that I'm wearing. It's an arcane helmet, could be upgraded, could be heroic, and it decreases the arc lightning from Sork, the cast time, by 10%. It's pretty substantial. It pretty much puts me at like a 3.4 second cast, and I can get that even lower. And up to, like with arena buffs, I can get it to about a 2.2, maybe 2.1 second cast time. One thing to note is that all of your gear on your left, all of your Auroria gear, if you're clothy, is going to pretty much be intel and stamina. So it's really, really, really good for PvP. Next thing is my chest piece. My chest piece is not good. It's pretty much garbage, and well, it has received damage by 3% on it, so that's pretty good. It decreases the damage you take. It's pretty much just an enchant. It's got 77 stamina, 39 intel. It's pretty much just used for the stats, and the decreased cast time of mend is not necessary whatsoever for my build. Another thing to note is that everything on the Auroria gear, there's no actual like 7-piece set bonus, or 3-piece set, or 5-piece set bonus, but every piece itself has a built-in skill effect on it, which is what's really cool about Auroria. When you mix and match it with like a 5-piece set bonus with a 2-piece Auroria, you get the 5-piece bonus, and then you get like the 2-piece Auroria, which, 1 piece by itself. Next up is the belt. The belt pretty much is like same stats, it's intel and stamina. However, it increased the recovery amount of renewal by vitalism by 7%, something that's not necessary to me either. It's pretty much just for the arcane piece. However, if you have the proper one, which you can get a arc lightning increase by 5 meters, that's really awesome because that puts your arc lightning at 30-meter cast range, which is pretty substantial. So that's it. Now, another thing to note about Auroria gear is that you can roll, I believe, anywhere from 3 or 4 different properties on the gear, like the skill effect. My gloves are standard, same thing as everything else. It's literally just being used because of the stat bonus, and that's it. I don't use Merilite. The gloves, however, are very good. They're a heroic piece, and they increase firebolt damage by 10%. So as of right now, the things that I use would be 10% fireball damage gloves, and a helmet that's 10% arc lightning decreased cast time. My cape is a cast speed cloak, because in my build I have tons of cast speed between arc lightning, fireball, insidious whisper, meteor, bubble trap, things like that. There's a lot of casting involved with my build. This could be swapped out, however, for attack speed. If you wanted to help yourself out with multiple fireballs on a backdrop, you could take 7% received damage is converted to health as well. That's another one. Now, my pants is where my build gets a little different. I just started running GHA today, like seriously. We ran it 5 times today. That's a limit on how much you can run it. GHA is Greater Howling Abyss, which I don't remember exactly where it is. It's Hell Swamp, maybe? Honestly, I forgot. I think it's Hell Swamp. I'm not exactly sure. If I open up my book, it might tell me. Let's see if it's in here. Howling Abyss. I could be wrong. I don't remember. Did I pass it already? Let's see. Dungeon. No, I don't remember exactly where it is. I apologize about that. But it's Greater Howling Abyss, and then there's also a Howling Abyss, which is the lower level dungeon. So that's what I'm doing there. Now, the reason why I have this piece is I'm actually going to try to get the 3-piece set. I might even go for the 5-piece set. So the 3-piece set is intel plus 5%. The 5-piece set is cast speed by 10% for 10 seconds after a magical critical hit. That's really good, considering I probably get at least 1 crit in maybe every 15 seconds. Maybe 20 seconds, but that's pretty good to have a free 10% haste on. Like, that would be crazy for a duel. Now, the 3% chance to cast lightning on a target and increase magic attack by 650% after a successful magic attack, that sounds really good. However, I'm pretty sure what that means. Now, I could be wrong. There's a necklace out of there that says the same thing. It's worded kind of like the same, except it increases the damage by like 150 instead of 650, and that only does about 150 damage on the proc. So this might be like, near a I don't know, we'll say like a 5, no, more than that, like 700-800 damage proc, which is still pretty good. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows there? So that's I would say in my opinion, GHA is better for PvE content. Auroria is better for PvP. It really depends on how you mix and match. Of course, that is my sole opinion. Next up, we have Boots, which is skewer range. However, you can get, I believe, Meteor reduced cooldown by like 13 or 15 seconds, which is pretty cool with my build, since it does revolve around Meteor. So that's pretty much all the gear on the left side of my tree. Other things that you can compare it to is Crafted Gear. Crafted Gear has 4 different sets, and Crafted Gear gets upgraded and scales way higher than Auroria Gear, and pretty much, I would say, GHA Gear as well. Now, Crafted Gear is pretty difficult to get. It's pretty difficult to get. It's more expensive. And one thing to note is Auroria Gear can be bought off the auction house. Greater Howling Abyss Gear is bound once you pick it up from, not once you pick it up, like, yeah, once, I guess when you're in the dungeon, once it's rolled on and it goes in your inventory, it's bind on pickup. Crafted Gear can be traded like whenever, so that's the main difference. Auroria Gear, just to confirm, is bound once you wear it. The Greater Howling Abyss Gear is bind on pickup. Bind on equip, bind on pickup, and Crafted Gear, however, does not ever get bound. So you can wear it, you can trade it to an alt. You can make a character on West and mail it to your character on East. And the Crafted Gear has some insane bonuses. It's pretty much for any type of build you could go. Off the top of my head, now once again, I don't know too much about Crafted Gear, so don't quote me on any source here, but I'm pretty sure there is a Stamina Intel set, a Spirit Stamina set, which I believe is Spirit Stamina Stone, a Stamina Intelligence, and I think there's some other combinations as well. I don't know. I believe there's 4 combinations for each like, you know, cloth, leather, and plate. But as I've said to confirm, I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't done much in crafting. The only thing I have really in terms of my proficiency is fishing, and that's pretty much about it. So that's right there. Next up, we have the right side of our tree, the right side of my character, which is not good at all. So I have my basic Halcyona necklace that can be obtained from Halcyona, which is over here. And about every 4 hours, 5 hours, I'm not sure on the exact timer, a war breaks out between East and West faction. You can grab your quest here to turn it in. You get 1 token from this. And then if you kill the enemy back, well, I'm pretty sure if you kill the enemy faction base, after that, you can turn something in at Sun's End. And there's also something to do with the flag that I have no clue of. And that turns in for 3 tokens. And together you get 4 tokens. And then I think it's like 9 or 8 to start crafting your necklace. Once your necklace gets to rank 4, to try to go from 4 to 5 and onwards, there's a chance for it to fail and go back to 4. However, it's pretty good. At least at rank 4. The rank 9-1 is absolutely insane. It's ridiculous. It's like a 2,000 HP bubble for everyone around you for like 3 seconds. It gives like 70 stamina and like 5% decreased damage. It's something insane. This earring we're not going to talk about. It's complete trash. This earring we're not going to talk about. It's complete trash. This ring is also complete trash, and so is this. Now, these are just basic crap that I've been trying to find upgrades for. However, every time I look on the auction house, it's something that's like 700 gold, and I'm just like, well, okay, we're not going to buy that. But in reality, I'd like to swap out both of my rings for cast speed rings, and my earrings maybe for like, I don't know what can go in there. I know there's 2% mitigation in earrings that you can get. My staff can be found at Hostla. Hostla is located right over here. You can farm this area right here that's already marked. And you kill these mobs that drop 1 of 6 tokens. With the 6 tokens, each weapon type goes towards a token. For staff, it would be conviction, so you get your convictions. And then with that, there's 3 tiers of Hostla. You have your, let's see, what are they called exactly? Rare, which is your tier 1. Arcane, which is your tier 2. Heroic, which is your tier 3. That's exclusive to Hostla. And Hostla weapons are pretty good. They're much better than your basic PvP weapons. I don't know if that applies to every class. I know for majority of the classes it does apply. The base damage is higher, the base magic attack is higher, and the base stats on it are higher as well. Then we have a bow, which is not very important, aside from the stats. Of course, the stats are important. You want something in terms of stamina, intel, and spirit. Intel, stamina, intel, spirit, something like that. I'm a fan of stamina. And my flute is also just stamina, intel. That's pretty much all of that. Now, as for my pet, I would show you guys my pet gear. However, I'm in jail, so I can't really show you it. So I had a friend whisper me, and all of my gear for my pet is gained out of CC, I believe it's called, which is in Rookborn. I want to say it's right here. I want to say it's right there. Exactly. I can get the exact spot. Let's see. Oh, there's Howling Abyss. Look at that. Let's find the Howling Abyss right there. Okay, so there's Howling Abyss. Good to know. We found it. Derp on me. Alright. There, see, okay, so it's KC, Coral Cradle. is located right there as I marked, and that's where you can get your level 50 pet gear, and that's what I was doing from there. Looks like there is someone humping me. Let's move away from them. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, so also, like I said, something I did want to note in my gear is that I use full stamina on all of my gear. It's a preference that I have. I personally believe that stamina is one of the strongest stats as a single stat, and as a clothed you can get bursted pretty quickly. So that's why I personally take stamina, aside from a couple of pieces. Like my helmet, I chose cast time. My chest piece, I chose reduced damage overall. My weapon, of course, I chose magic skill damage. And pretty much everything else is full stamina. And like I said, that's my preference. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, any questions you ever have, feel free to comment down below. You can message me on my stream at twitch.tv/Pohx. You can drop me a message. You can ask me in my stream if I'm streaming. If you'd like to know when I'm streaming, you can catch me on my Twitter at twitter.com/Pohx. You can see below the webcam. Also, let me guys know what you guys think about this little skeet skein design. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's appropriate for the matter. But you guys let me know. I tried to stop jumping. I know a lot of you guys got annoyed at the jumping. It's a habit of min-maxing. I apologize from other games jumping to strafe. I'll try to calm it down for the videos. I can't promise on the live stream. It's just what I like to do. But like I said, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Any questions, do not hesitate to ask. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care.